that there are photos of Donald Trump giving George Slopadopolis to Bill Clinton while they're...
So in this email, you have Jeffrey Epstein asking his brother Mark if Putin still has the photos of Donald Trump blowing Bubba. Now, Bubba is Bill Clinton because that's one of his nicknames.
He's a bottom? It makes sense.
Our bottom.
It literally makes sense. He's real fluffy.
Are you gay?
How you gonna ask me a question like that?
How do you marry a woman and then turn around and let a man bend you over?
Ain't nobody bending me over.
Oh, so you doing the bending? Is that what it is?
Please, I don't have any time for any gossip now. Huh? Yes.
Look at you.
Do something with it.
It's just money coming to me easily. Money coming in and needing me. Money coming in repeatedly. Money coming, it's just money coming. It's just money coming to me frequently. Money coming in to be with me. Money coming in secretly. Money coming, it's just money coming. It's just money coming to me always. Money coming in all day. Money coming in all pay. Money coming, it's just money coming. It's just money coming to me frequently. Money coming in to be with me. Money coming in secretly. Money coming, this is money coming. It's just money coming to me easily. Money coming in and needing me. Money coming in repeatedly. Money coming, this is money coming. This is...
Are you gay?
How you gonna ask me a question like that?
How do you marry a woman and then turn around and let a man bend you over?
Ain't nobody bending me over.
Oh, so you doing the bending? Is that what it is?
Okay, this is breaking news, but a new leaked email from the deceased human trafficker that was best friends with Donald Trump and Bill Clinton says that there are photos of Donald Trump giving George Slopadopolis to Bill Clinton. While they're waiting on an official vote on the actual FBI files, the House Democrats have subpoenaed a bunch of emails from the estate of the person that did not unalive himself. And these are thousands and thousands of emails, okay? Too many for any one person to vet by themselves. It's too much for even like a whole organization of people who are professionals in doing that to do even like the span of like a couple of months. So it's taking a while for all the emails to become public knowledge, but the one that has been making the rounds on the internet right now is a private conversation between the deceased individual and someone else where they're gossiping about Trump, and they say that Vladimir Putin might have pictures of Donald Trump kissing Bill Clinton, but he ain't kissing him on the mouth. Now, we don't know, right? We don't know, but this is a private conversation between two people that thought these things would never ever release, right? And I don't know what to believe. I'm just telling you the facts here, yo.
Have you ever been swallowed up? Okay, so Trump and Bill Clinton was not in my bingo card for 2025, the end of 2025. But there's a lot of things that were not in my bingo card for the end of 2025 that just so happened to appear on my bingo card. So we're gonna talk about it. Excuse me. Trump and Bill Clinton doing the what is going on? I feel like I'm living in a, how do you call this, Black Mirror episode? Or remember the Black Mirror episode, the first episode when the president had to have, had some good time with the pig? And that's basically Black Mirror, Twilight Zone, and the Truman Show all in one. Because what do you mean? I did not want to hear about this. I did not want to see anything about this. At this point, I've had it. 2026 needs to hurry up and get here.
He's a bottom? It makes sense.
Our bottom.
It literally makes sense. He's real fluffy.
Not fluffy.
Was everybody having nightcaps with Bubba? I mean, god damn. Hillary, I know why you pissed off, girl. I would have stepped out on him too, because not
This
him
is
frenemies
America,
and,
bro.
and,
I
and,
can't
and
believe
god
this.
damn it, I can't even fucking think straight. Hold on. You mean to tell me y'all was frenemies? Y'all was frenemies? No, because okay, I get it. Bill was definitely a top. Bill was definitely the top in that situation. But wigs are us, baby. You giving sloppy toppy? Oh my god, Jeffrey, you just keep dropping W's from the grave. And why does everybody have Bill's third leg in name? I need to know the time frame of this shit. Was the same time as Monica, or was it after?
You know what?
What else was going on these planes? Wait,
so
Bill
done with
wasn't on the
this.
plane. Where was this at? And somebody said there were photos. You know, you don't have to send them to me because I don't want none
I'd
of
like
that
to
stuff.
see.
But, you know, if
I
you
don't know if I
decide
want
you
to
want to
see it.
post
I
them
feel like
somewhere, just let me know where you
It'd be
post
bad
them.
luck.
Oh, so that's why Trump despised Hillary Clinton so much. It's because he wanted her man. There are emails indicating that Putin has photos of Trump giving Bill Clinton a blowjob. Trump has obviously denied these claims, but I don't think a lot of people believe him. Out of anything to come out of these emails/files, Trump giving Bill Clinton top honestly would have never been on my list. Trump is so pissed about this, he is calling for an investigation on Bill Clinton. That man is mad. All this time, Trump was emphasizing on Hillary Clinton's emails when we really should have been looking at his emails with her husband. That's where the real tea was this whole entire time. Putin, if you really do have those photos, now might be the time you might want to share them with the rest of the world. And to whomever is releasing these emails, keep them coming. Whoever has these files, release them. We're ready. We've been ready for some time. In all my years, I would have never thought that Trump and Bill Clinton were secret lovers.
Hello? Is anybody in there? Wake up. I thank God for TikTok because I'm trying right now.
All I'm saying is I don't greet my friends like that.
Right.
I don't greet my friends like that.
Even my girlfriend.
That's not suspicious to y'all? The front face pat down is crazy work. That's crazy work. I didn't even get patted down that thorough to go into
We were
the
so
club.
focused on his
The dick check
personality,
is
we
crazy.
missed all
What you
this.
thought he had in there? Some keys? Yes, he had something in there for you, huh? He had something in there for you that you wanted. And listen, we know Bill's history. We know Bill's oral activities. He don't care where it's coming from. When that meat
Oral
get
activity
hard,
is crazy.
he just needed to go down. He need that shit to just deflate like a balloon. He can't control himself.
So in this email, you have Jeffrey Epstein asking his brother Mark if Putin still has the photos of Donald Trump blowing Bubba. Now, Bubba is Bill Clinton because that's one of his nicknames. And Donald Trump, we're just going to start calling him Deep Throat. But one of other Clinton's nickname was Slick Willie. So now we have Deep Throat all up on that list.
Donald Trump was giving sloppy toppy to Bill Clinton? What the fuck, man? You're telling me that our current president of the United States was getting that freaky ass action dome piece from Donald Trump, our current president? Holy shit, our country is fucked. Like, you're telling me that all this shit came out from Jeffrey Epstein's leaked emails, well, resurfaced emails, and in his own words, he said that there is photo evidence of Donald Trump giving that freaky ass neck to Bill Clinton. So, I want to know something. Where the fuck is the photos? If there is photo evidence, I want to see it. Well, hold on. I don't want to see that because I know that shit's probably like super sweaty and old and I don't want to see it. But where is the photos realistically? Like, why hasn't that shit been released? Because if there is truly photo evidence, we can call this case closed. We can end this shit immediately, you know, and all of this shit that's going on right now, it makes so much sense on why Donald Trump hated Hillary Clinton so much. He was so pissed that Hillary was getting all of that action from Bill and he didn't even get a piece of it. And my question is, did Hillary know about this shit going on behind the scenes? Like, did Hillary, you know, maybe get on the action? Like, were Donald Trump and Hillary fighting over Bill at the same time? Holy shit. That's a crazy-ass scene that I can picture in my mind. Oh, my goodness. South Park is going to have a fucking field day with this episode. I can't wait for that shit to drop.
That boy Bill Clinton ain't care who he got it from, ain't it? Type of freaky shit them boy was on. They say he got some from the dumpster. The dumpster was slobbing on the knob like corn on the cob, man. I keep saying, I think I'm freaky, but these celebrities, they take it to the top. They doing some outlandish shit. And the great thing, when you think about it, Hillary, if your husband was getting it from Monica, And then that beat you at the president. That's some crazy shit. Over two, one more, you didn't shrug out. They're talking about Putin got the picture. Nico would have been leaked that. Sure, not even Nico. Kris Jenner would have been, because, you know, I just want to know who going to ask the question. He had a press conference. Hey, is it true that Bill Clinton will never hear from that motherfucker again? There's always them trying to give you the large picture. Your daddy wasn't no gangster. They say Bill got some from the dumpster. That's some diabolical shit. Hillary, hey, man. Hold the L's.
Trump fucking sucked off Bill Clinton! Trump was slobbing on that fucking knob all along. It all makes sense now. Oh my god. Yes! Yes! This is huge. This is huge for us, guys. You have to understand. This is such big news. If I ever meet him and I have a microphone. Trump, so did you gag a little? Let's ask the hard-hitting questions. Let's ask the real questions. Okay, they released some of Jeffrey Epstein emails, okay? He's emailing somebody, and he says, ask Putin if he has the picture of Trump sucking off Bubba. Bubba! And apparently Bubba is Bill fucking Clinton. And bitch, if I was Hillary, and then you want to know what's crazy too? And then Hillary runs for fucking president. She probably already knows too that Trump is fucking her man. And then she has to run for president and lose to him. Oh my fucking god, I would end it. Like, I deadass would end it. I'd be like, you know what? No, we're done. The big, beautiful Bill. That's why. And it's all starting to make sense, huh? People are calling him Donica Lewinsky. Bro, I can't. This is literally, you should have seen. Oh, when I heard that information, I was like, yes. And now I cannot wait for any Trump supporter if I'm like, oh my god, I'm so happy that you you are pro-LGBTQ. And they'll be like, no, I'm not. I'm gonna be like, your president, but your president was slobbing on some knob though. Wait, because that's not making, I'm not sure about that. The president's DL trade. He's stuck where the trade left him, actually. He's stuck where Bill Clinton left him. Well, he's definitely not fucking trade. Okay, he's DL something, but he's definitely not trade. Let's start there.
Oh, who Clinton was getting the neck from the Trump? Oh, who? One thing about that man, Bill, he gonna get that down. First it was Monica, now it's Donald. Hillary's mouth must be trash, because why this man always getting necked off by someone else under the Oval Office?
We can't do it.
Like, what the fuck is really going on? This country is going straight to hell. Like, I say it all the time, a lot of these rich people, these politicians, they're doing some really weird shit behind the scenes. Release the files. I need to know more. I'm intrigued. Ain't no way they can get what type of not like, but hey, them be the ones, them big old homophobic men. They secretly be playing in them fields too. That's why they so mad at the people that's out here living freely, changing their gender and being with the same gender and all that. They want to do that too. They jealous. Trump mad because he can't be with Big Bill, the big beautiful Bill.
Oh. Bubba is supposed to be Bill Clinton, bitch. Bitch, I'm laying on this bed in backshot formation. I'm gagged. Wait a minute. Girl. Oh. God is so good. So good. My God in heaven. Listen. Somebody tagged me in a video this morning on TikTok where it was the boys' mind in the background, and it was Donald Trump, Bill Clinton, Monica Lewinsky, and Hillary Clinton. And I just didn't get it because I kind of just, it's, you know, I wasn't feeling well last night. And so I went to bed because I was like, bitch, I need to just make sure I got the energy to get to Pittsburgh today. And I was like, oh, it's cute. Bitch. What kind of dick Bill got? Bitch, I'm gagged, bitch. So Miss Thing didn't want these files to come out because you was sucking people's dick. Girl, it's 2025. Everybody's sucking dick. And if you ain't sucking dick, you get your dick sucked. It's simple math. 1 + 1 = 2, niece. And it's not far-fetched for you to be a dick sucker. For me. You know. In my opinion, all rich white men are sexually just whatever. I could see him sucking a dick for a loan. I could see him making somebody suck his dick for a loan. Men in those spaces, it's not just, let me be serious for a moment. I wish we could discuss more how, for many men, sexual actions are not about their pleasure. It's about them wielding power over the people. Does that make sense? I learned that when I was in prison. When I first got to prison, and many of the guys who had sexual assault charges were fine as fuck. Now, mind you, I'm 18, 19, so I don't know the world, you know what I'm saying? I don't understand the world at that point. And so I just was really gagged. I was just like, well, why are these very attractive men taking it from people? And I remember old head, Mr. Shabazz, in the law library, he was just like, Dominique, he was like, I'm gonna teach you about power. I'll never forget it. And he was an old head, old Muslim dude. And a lot of people didn't want him, he wasn't supposed to be talking to me, right? But he was just like, he would see me in the library, and so he respected me because he was like, you're smart. And I remember he broke it down for me, and I'll never forget it. And so, yeah, not just because they may enjoy the things, but because these men will make somebody suck their dick to let them know that they are bigger and better than them. And I know y'all are saying that's still gay, whatever. Don't let sexuality keep y'all from understanding the motives and the reasons that these niggas are truly nefarious.
Someone explained to me why the biggest story to come out of these new Epstein documents, these new documents that the public has had access to for 4 years, how is the biggest story to come out of them not the fact that Jeffrey Epstein was colluding with the mainstream media to spin narratives that he was literally texting Democrats during a congressional hearing? Yeah, how is the biggest story not the fact that Jeffrey Epstein was texting a White House employee saying, you need to talk to your boss and get him on board with what we're doing, and then you trace back who her boss was, and it was fucking Obama. But no, all you guys care about is whether Trump gave some sloppy toppy to Bill Clinton. And let me just be clear, even if something as ridiculous as that did happen, at least it was between 2 consenting adults, okay? I literally could not give a shit less. At this point, I am convinced that none of you guys actually care about the victims, okay? Because none of you ever mentioned their names. None of you ever mentioned trying to get justice for them. All you ever care about is Trump, Trump, Trump. When are you guys gonna wake up and realize that every single time that the Democrats try to pull another rabbit out of the Epstein hat and think it's gonna frame Trump, it always puts another Democrat under the bus? And you're gonna try to tell us that the Republicans are the pedophile protectors. Now, I'm not saying that 0 Republicans are complicit in any of these operations, okay? But I just think it's real funny how every single time that we get a little breadcrumb, the trail always leads back to either a Democrat or somebody who funded Democrats. This is why me and so many other people have left the Democratic Party, okay? Because every single time that they don't get what they want in a negotiation, they start barking up the Epstein tree again. A tree that they keep trying to convince you is some type of magic beanstalk that when they get to the top is going to lead to the fall of Trump. But the tree is dead, okay? And you guys keep falling on dead branches and injuring yourselves instead. And just so you know, on Tuesday, they are supposed to be voting on whether or not to release the files. And if the Democrats are the ones that vote again not to release them, they either better cut the damn tree down and let us know what's at the top, or they better just shut up and stop climbing the tree. That's all I gotta say.
So let me see if I got this straight. Jeffrey Epstein sent an email to his brother and asked his brother, ask him if Putin has the photos of Trump blowing Bubba. Bubba being Bill Clinton's nickname. It's hilarious that Bill Clinton was impeached for receiving a blowjob in the Oval Office and lying about it. And now the sitting president, there's an email indicating that he provided a similar service to the same man. 20,000 documents came out as part of the Epstein estate. This isn't even the Epstein files that we've been trying to get released. This is just from the estate stuff. And Donald Trump's name appears more than anyone else's. It appears in 1,628 documents out of the 20,000. Jeffrey Epstein talking about having Thanksgiving with Donald Trump, talking about Brett Kavanaugh with Steve Bannon and making sure that he... Like, this dude was still very much involved with Trump and with the government as Trump had become president. And in just one of those many emails, Jeffrey Epstein, referring to Donald Trump, said, "You may recall, I have met some very bad people, none as bad as Trump. Not a decent cell in his body. So yes, very dangerous." Even a monster like Epstein thought that Donald Trump was dangerous. And at this point, I feel like we could have photos of him assaulting children, and there's a contingent that would not care. Let me be clear, anyone in that list, anyone who was involved and harmed children, guillotines. Guillotines for all of them.
I don't know how she put up with Bill Clinton's crap. She not only had to fight one of his mistresses in Monica Lewinsky in 1998, but she literally went toe-to-toe with Donica Lewinsky in the 2016 election. Damn, Donald Trump gave Bill Clinton top?
And honestly, Donald Trump giving Bill Clinton a blowjob is the only thing that he's ever done that I can make sense of. Of all the things that I've heard about Donald Trump that are so nonsensical and asinine, when I heard that he was giving Bill Clinton blowjobs, I said, I could see why he would do that. And I am somebody that hates giving blowjobs, but a man in power, a man with that type of aura, can I blame him for giving that man a blowjob? No. So it's such a shame that it's going to take homophobia to get this man out of here and to get you guys to realize that he's a weirdo. It's nothing wrong with giving consensual blowjobs. I need you to know that. There's far worse that Donald Trump has done. But if giving Bill Clinton a blowjob is what it's going to take for you guys to say, we got to get him out of here, I'll take it. but I completely understand it. Hell, back in the day when Bill Clinton was president, I might have given him a blowjob. I don't give a fuck. That is the only thing that Donald Trump has ever done that made sense to me. I can completely understand why you would have gave Bill Clinton a blowjob. I have a plethora of other things that I absolutely do not understand that this motherfucker does, but if this is what it takes, amen, hallelujah, praise God for that guac.
What do you mean Putin has photos of Trump giving Bill Clinton a blowjob? What do you mean? The president of these here United States, Putin has photos of him giving Bill Clinton a blowjob. What a horrible day to be able to read. Horrible, bro. I am only 26 hours into a 48-hour shift. I just opened my eyeballs from a cat nap, and this is the first thing I see. What the fuck do you mean?
Trump and Bill Clinton were not lovers. What the fuck are y'all talking about? That was a contract, okay? That probably happened in 2016. That was their rock, paper, fucking scissors. That's how these billionaires make fucking deals with each other, because a signed contract is worthless when you can pay your way out of anything. You can pay your way out of jail. You can pay your way out of... That's why there's so much shit with rich people and fucking little kids. When you all decide to do something really horribly shady together, you all have to agree to do something on video together that you would never voluntarily allow to be released, because that's the only way that they know that everybody is in it equally. And Trump cares way more about being humiliated as a subordinate than he does about something coming out about a teenage girl. So it makes sense they would go this route. But y'all still think we elected Trump and then Biden and then Trump again, and that Democrats and Republicans are two opposing teams. Please catch up to 2025.
While I was listening to what was going on with this whole list, right, there's a lot of people that you wouldn't believe would be on this list. And allegedly, this is all for entertainment purposes only, a lot of people like big in the black community are, you know, part of this list. And those are people who you probably would have never thought, right? Like the Beehive owner, you know, but this is all alleged. I don't know any of these people, okay? So a lot of them are on there. Diddy supposedly was on there, so we don't know, because this came out way before the whole Diddy situation. I mean, years before the whole Diddy situation. And for him to, you know, go down like that is crazy, because he was out during this whole time. And then he went on there while he was being attacked or, you know, being charged for what he has done. He had a little child that he was holding on his lap, and he started having the baby or the child say the name of all the people who were on this list. So if you know and you're keeping up with the whole list situation with the Island situation, you will know like all these names were on the list, because I remember seeing all these names, and this was like a real thing. It wasn't when AI was big like that. It was 2023, 2022 type stuff. I used to be so deep into that, but I actually slowed down a little bit. But after this message come out, and for Trump, the president, which it literally made me feel like I'm living in a Black Mirror episode, because what do you mean? This is what's happening right now with the current president, of all these things coming out. And just like the young lady said, right? We could say, yes, the list is true, this actually happened, but none of us were there to be witness of this actually happen, except for those people who are on the list, right? And or maybe a few people, because I'm sure all of the parties, they all don't attend at the same time, like, you know, they take turns, right? But what she is saying about, you know, I would prefer something more like the lesser evil, right? So you pick from the lesser evil. I prefer something that is less, how do you call this? Personality destroying and or public persona destroying. I would prefer something like that to come out versus another evil thing that is worse than that. That is worse than that. So for example, right, if there's a lot of like maybe pedo stuff going on, which we don't know, you know, with a lot of children that are disappearing, and you know, the tunnels and all that stuff, I would rather this coming out versus the other things that people could consider as worse that I'm doing. So therefore we're going to sign this contract, because I made this the video about how presidents are picked prior to even, you know, being adults and being able at the age enough to. Somebody's driving around in a stupid motorcycle that's so loud. Anyways, you can still hear it. But anyways, so I would rather, right, for example, in my opinion, if all these things are created prior to becoming president, you've already been picked because you were born in the correct bloodline or you know, the correct family, you are picked to be president, but you're doing something else more nefarious than something that you could be accused of in the public eye. I would want you to pick this one instead of that one, because if I'm doing all this PDFO stuff behind the scene, I would prefer you saying, oh, you know, I was giving someone else a BJ, because it's embarrassing, yes, but also I could be like, oh, you know, I was forced to come out of the closet, even if you're not part of the LGBT, you know, or you could be like, oh, I'm bisexual, but I'm also married, you know, so it's not like something that's as reputation destroying as, you know, you being with children, right? And we all know, well, we don't know, but alleged, that a lot of these celebrities, when they do party, especially the islands, and a lot of things have been coming about all these young girls that were in the island, this would make more sense that I would be accused of this, even though now I'm trying to do damage control. But if something else had came out that is even more dire, then it would be worse for me, right? So in my opinion, all these people are still kind of in cahoot together. And even if there was a video of him doing that, it could simply be to hold something over your head, just like oh, well, you know, you do this, but you cannot get out of this contract, you know, blood in, blood out type stuff, almost like, you know, the how do you call this? The gangsters, how do you call it? Not the gangsters, but the gang members, you know, when you join into a gang, blood in, blood out. There's this young black man that basically was unalive because of hazing when they were getting into this AKA thing. I need to make a video about that, because I was listening to the whole thing of how it happened, because I listened to like Rotten Mango. And anyways, I was like, this is a ritual. This is something a lot deeper than people think. It's just, oh, it's just hazing, you know, into a group, into the AKAs. It sounds very much like a ritual. But anyway, so yeah, I would rather, so you have me on camera doing something nefarious, which now you have over my head. So therefore now I have to sign certain contract with you. I have to let you do this and I have to let you do that. And as a president, you know, you have all these access to money and resources. Now, you know, you have all these things over my head. I can literally basically ask you to do certain things that you really shouldn't be doing, but you're gonna do it because I have this thing over your head, right? So instead of letting something terrible that is over my head out so people know about it, I hope that I'm making sense. I feel like I'm all over the place. I would prefer this thing come out, right? Oh, well, this can come out, but I don't want the other terrible things that could literally destroy my reputation for the rest of history, or for the rest of my life, you know, as a president. Because a lot of people become presidents because they want to go down history as this person, or they want to, you know, have that in their bloodline, or check off a box being president. Meanwhile, people are being, you know, being affected, their lives are being affected, right? But we would prefer this to come out versus that, because we're going to pick the lesser evil, right? So yeah, and in my opinion, it could be true that this did happen, obviously, because now that he's trying to make, you know, do damage control, lets me know that it actually did happen, because why you kind of cover something up that is not real, right? But also, there could be something that's happening that's a lot darker behind the scene. So this is not as bad as it could be. You know what I mean? So anyways, guys, I'm just really, really shocked that this is what came out yesterday. I didn't have time to make a video, but this is what came out yesterday. I was not expecting it. I mean, I could have expected anything worse, but this was not in my bingo card. So anyways, I'll talk to you guys later. I know with this list, all the names that are on there, if they're starting to put all these out, eventually people who are less, not to say less important, but have less power to protect them will be exposed eventually, right? Because if the president is being exposed during this time while the president is the president, it's not like something that happens years after he's done being president. it's happening now, which lets me know that the regular people who could be very powerful celebrities, but you're not the president, you don't have the control, the protection of all these things. So therefore, your secrets will eventually come out. So we'll just have to wait, because I do remember seeing a video. Look at a bird just sitting on my little bird house that I fill with food and stuff. But anyways, I remember seeing a video of Sloan Bella. I know people don't like the fact that a lot of black people still watch her, but I love her, you know, so I hear about what she said, but I still like her. I'm still going to listen to her, okay? Because look, she might say some stuff that I actually like, you know, so hey. But anyways, and plus I get to listen to and watch whatever I want. If you don't like her, don't watch her. Don't tell me that I shouldn't watch her. But anyways, so yeah. What was I gonna say? So I remember she was talking about a big couple, the Carters. The Carters, right? And she was saying, yeah, they have this amount of years, or this is the year that they're going to go into hiding and all that stuff. Something's going to come out that's going to cause them to have to go in hiding. And I remember seeing a name, allegedly. This is all for entertainment purposes only. I was not there for any of this, but I did remember seeing the names, and I was like, well, this is very interesting. So for things like this to be coming out about the president, which lets me know other people who have less protection, their stuff's gonna start coming out too. So we're just gonna wait here and see what happens, and yeah, talk to you guys later. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Bye. Love you. Like I said, we're going to touch up some stuff on this book. So in this book is called Spell of Abundance, Love, Wealth, and Protection. So in this book, on the first page, actually, I have a glamour affirmation that you will basically say, you stand in front of the mirror and you stare at yourself and you admire yourself, and you will say to yourself how beautiful you are. You'll basically seal this your beauty, like your glam, after you've done your makeup, or even stand in front of the mirror naked with nothing on, so you can really reaffirm yourself of your beauty, of your confidence and all that. This book is mainly for like self-confidence and self-elevation, you know, calling the goddess in you, calling the divinity in you, you know, calling the beauty in you, and also work with the moon, because the moon represents the woman, the mother, womb, water, all of this. So yeah, I have all the steps in here of all the spells that you need to do. It even has one to get rid of unwanted guests. It's pretty funny. To get rid of unwanted guests. And this book right here, right? So I'm gonna run down real quick of all the materials that you're going to need. You will need a brand new broom. It has to be brand new. And you'll need a piece of parchment paper, a black pen, a black trash bag, because we're going to get rid of this sucker, right? And of course your intentions. And also I have spells on here that you can say. I have daily affirmations. And also I have spells on here that you can do every single day to work with the energy of the planets of the day, and also the archangels that work with the day. So anyways, there's so many spells. There's a 7-day manifestation spell with archangels. And let's see. A 30-day money spell with bay leaves and the Fihu sign, which is a money sign. It's like an F with the extra part. Anyways, the symbol's there, and I even show you like what you need to do, what the sigil look like, all that. And the keys to enhance your spell. So there are different things on here on how to enhance your spell and basically grow your finance, grow your love, self-love, self-admiration, chance to say to yourself to give you that extra energy to go about your day. And also tips to enhance your spell. Oh, I already said this. And morning coffee abundance prosperity spell. You guys remember I just shared a video about morning coffee and how important it is when it comes to hoodoo, and how you can basically use your first cup of coffee in the morning to manifest a better life or a better day, or to bring forth money to you. So don't let, you know, you're already doing these things anyway, so you might as well just incorporate something a little bit extra to basically boost your thing. And here's to influence your boss spell. So this one, I'm sure people who are actually working are going to love this. It's to influence your boss and attract favors towards you at work. Because look, in this economy, we're all working and we need some boost at work, and we also sometimes need to be tied to our job, so therefore you don't get fired. You know what I mean? So there's some stuff that you could do to basically tie yourself to your job, and or tie the job to you. And once you're done and you're all tired of that job, you can get rid of it. It's not something that's completely permanent, but use magic, guys. It's here for you to use. You have the herbs in your closet, you have the herbs in your pantry, you have the candles that you could just simply buy some candles super cheap. Use magic to elevate your life. Use magic to make yourself better. Let me tell you, Jesus was out here using magic, okay? Walking on water and stuff and turning water into wine. Sounds like magic to me. But anyways, guys, I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.